Okay, so I am sure that some of you guys have watched my vlogs and my videos and wondered why I started them. So, it's story time. I have always loved photography. I can remember taking my mom's disposable cameras, you know, the ones that used to wind up, and anyway, so I'd take them and I'd go outside and I'd use the rest on the film for what was my photography at the time. I loved to take pictures of anything nature, trees, clouds, animals, whatever. So I remember for years I would ask for a digital camera for Christmas, and one year I finally got one. It was just a little silver point and shoot camera. I think it was like 6 megapixels at the time, and I carried it everywhere with me. I remember one of my favorite pictures I got was looking down through a tree into a bird's nest, and the bird's nest had like 3 blue robin eggs in it, and I remember being so proud of that picture. I loved it. If I can find that, I'll insert it. If not, you get the idea. So sorry, I'm looking off my phone here. So photography helped me from a young age to hide myself behind a camera. I didn't have to associate with people as much if I was the one that had the camera to my face. I never had much self-worth. I never really valued myself as a person. Had a lot of social anxieties, especially if I was thrown into a new environment with new people. So it was always easy for me just to hide behind the camera. And it also helped me in that way, because if I had a camera, it helped to spark some conversations, which wasn't normally easy for me. So I had always sworn that I would never ever get into portrait photography. I didn't like it. It made me anxious thinking about it, because I have to be the one organizing it and instructing it and directing it, and I didn't like it. I didn't like talking to new people. If you were my friend, I could talk to you all day long, but if you were a new person I didn't know, forget it. So photography had always helped me to escape from my depression and my anxiety. As a young kid, I don't guess I realized that's what I was doing. I just knew that if I was looking through a lens, I could make things appear better than they were, and I could kind of hide behind that. I was able to see and capture only the moments that I wanted. I didn't have to show all the junk in my life. I could show that pretty robin's nest with the eggs and not show the home with the screaming matches and the arguments and the put downs. So skip forward to my senior year of high school. My family could not afford senior pictures, so I remember I had a Kodak point and shoot 12 megapixels, so we upgraded, and I set out with a tripod and that camera. That's all I had, and I took my own senior pictures. I would put on the 10-second timer, frame the shot, hit the button, and run and pose and hope it worked. And actually I was very surprised with how it did work. So I would take these pictures to school and show them to my friends, because obviously they were showing off their senior pictures. So I showed them mine, and they're like, "Who did these?" And I'm like, "I did." And so they asked me how, and I told them about the tripod and the camera and the self-timer, and they're like, "These are really good. Like, these look like someone did them." So this kind of opened my world up to portrait photography. I actually remember we owned a store in Peebles, and there was a creek and some woods behind the store that was beautiful at fall time. So I set my camera up on the tripod, had the timer on, had it all framed up, pushed the button, took off running, and I fell into the creek. And it captured the picture of me falling into the creek. And now that I'm older, I wish I would have kept it, but I was so embarrassed that that picture got deleted as soon as I saw it. So with portrait photography, I kept coming up with new ideas for portraits, and it got hard for me to do self-portraits. Well, for one, because I didn't have any self-worth still at this time. I didn't like the way I looked, so it was hard for me to get in front of the camera. So I would recruit my friends to model for me, and their pictures got a good reaction, so I thought, okay, if my pictures looks good and their pictures looks good and everyone's saying they're good, I can do this for real. So I took a huge step out of my comfort zone and opened McCann Photography. But it didn't always start out as McCann Photography. I had a few different names. The one I remember, which is cringeworthy, was Trapped Time Photography. Thought I needed some little special name, and it made sense. You know, I was trapping time in a picture, but no. It just, no. So, with opening a photography business, I was 18 years old when I had my first photo session for an engagement session. It forced me to get out and meet new people and talk to them on a regular basis. I was putting myself out there. And even though my anxiety was crippling, the anxiety of calling to cancel that photo shoot was so much worse. So I just had to do it. I had to get out there and I had to meet new people and talk to new people, and it really helped me to open up. And because of this, every day I saw improvements with my social anxieties. I saw that it was okay that I talked to this new couple that I'd never met before, and we had a normal adult conversation, and it was okay, and I would almost consider some of those friends afterwards. So I saw that it was healthy and that it was good and I could do it. So while that improved, while my social anxiety improved, my self-worth remained the same. It was down in the dumps and it wasn't getting better. I still saw myself as fat and ugly and boring and on and on and on, because these were things that I was told all my life growing up, was that I was fat and I was ugly and I was nobody and I'd never be anything. So it got to the point where, you know, here I am 24. I might have started this when I was 23. I did. I just kind of, I was so sick of that. I was so sick of, now I want to meet new people and I want to make those friendships because now I enjoy it, but I still have such a low self-worth of myself that it was hard for me, because I thought, well, no one will want to talk to me, no one will want to spend time with me, I'm boring, on and on and on. So what did I do? I put myself in front of a camera, and here we are. I had always hated being in front of a camera. I hate pictures of myself, and I really hated videos of myself. I'm not saying I like them even now, but I've come to accept them, and acceptance is key. So I've always wanted to go to New York City. I love the city. I love seeing the monuments like the Chrysler Building and the Statue of Liberty, because I remember that from when I went to Washington, D.C. when I was in 6th grade. Like, I just loved seeing things in real life that I've always seen in the history books and on TV. So we planned this trip to New York. You know, me and Zach were the ones that really planned it. And I thought, you know, obviously I'm going to have my camera and I'm going to take pictures, but I want to document it in a way that I can relive it even more than I can just through pictures. So I decided that I would start a vlog. And I didn't want to just randomly show up in New York and start posting videos from New York and no one really have a lead into who I was or what I did. So I started the vlog a couple of months before New York, just to kind of get the hang of it, get used to editing the videos, get used to there being a camera in front of me, because like I said, I was never used to being the one in front of the camera. So having a camera right here, right on my face, was very uncomfortable for me. So it took me a while to get used to, especially doing it in public and around my friends. So through this vlog, I didn't know how it would go, because I don't live an exciting life. I do my best to glamorize my life in the vlogs just to be somewhat interesting, but at the end of the day, I go to a job, I come home. Like, I don't have this thrilling life that the actors or the professional vloggers or the YouTubers do. But regardless of all of that, my vlogs still had a good reaction from the people I know. People would come up to me at Walmart or at church and be like, hey, I watched your video and want to be in the next one. And to me that was really encouraging, because I thought I couldn't be in front of the camera, or I couldn't, you know, do this because of my self-worth, but people were watching, and not only were they watching, but they wanted more, they wanted to be involved with them, and that was such a good confidence booster, and I began to really appreciate the art of vlogging and videos. So I guess to kind of wrap all of this up in a quick summary, obviously it's nice to have a big following, it's nice to have people recognize what you're doing and, you know, notice what you're doing, but at the end of the day, my vlogs and my videos is about self-growth with my confidence and my worth and my anxieties, and it's not about who sees it. Yeah, it'd be great to log on one day and see that I had 1 million views on a video. Can it happen? Yeah, sure it can. But will it? I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's memories I'm going to have for a lifetime that I can always go back to my birthday weekend of last year and remember what me and my friend Kayla and Logan and Mary did. And I love having that to where I'm having a bad day, I can turn on a video, and yeah, there's my annoying voice and my face right here, but it's memories, and I get to relive that every day if I choose. For me, photography started out as therapy for me. Being behind the camera, hiding my face, hiding who I was. And now, being in front of the camera is the same thing. It's therapy. And it helps.